Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. And welcome to a Come Practice With Me. And that little ding means that we are live. How is it going? Are y'all having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Let's do some housekeeping. Is it going to let me have some? Maybe. There, okay. Now you guys can see what's going on. Okay. So, how is everyone doing? What's new in the world? I know it's been a whole 2 days, but I needed a little bit of a break to give myself a reset. Hiya, Gary. How are ya? Are you having a nice day? Well, I got home a little bit early today because one of my patients called out. Everyone just was like, all right, they're not coming in. They must not be that sick, so you can go home. And I was like, cool beans. Off into the wild blue yonder I went. So I'm just going to sit here and kind of practice my calligraphy abilities. I'm going to start with just a pen that I have in my hand. This is a Jinhao X450 with a Noodler's flex nib. So I just need some words. So what do you think, Gary? I'm forgetting something. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I went all out of my way so I could make this thing, and I haven't used it since. The lines aren't very good, but it'll have to do for now. Get a thesaurus. A thesaurus? What are you good for? Just kidding. Come on, Gary. You can do it. You would like the word obdurate. Doesn't really look that good with that pen, does it? Let's go with a boinga boinga. Now we're talking. There, that's better. That better? Oh God, almost sneezed. Excuse me. I got my window open and it's kind of windy out there. My allergies are in a flare. Boop, boop. Good focus. All right. Was that too? I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be cooperative or not. Yep, it is gonna cooperate. Okay. Finally received the Birmingham ink shipment. The Tesla coil is a real sheener. Cool. Couple of inks are quite viscous and take a while to dry. Oh, I hate that. I have recently grown a very in particular hatred for Noodler's X Feather. Every time I'll write a nice letter, I'll put it in the envelope and it will seem to have dried. And then by the time that they get the letter, I'm not going to do it on this beautiful piece of artwork, but I will have written a nice letter in my best penmanship, and it will look like this by the time they get it. Oh, it makes me so mad. I want to punch a small cat. Anyway, this is my favorite poem. How doth the crocodile improve his shining tail, and pours the water of the Nile over every golden scale. How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishes in, with gently closing jaws. This was written by Lewis Carroll over 100 years ago. I don't know when it was written, actually. Lewis Carroll. 211 years ago. Wow, it's a long time. 200 and... Let's see. 2021 minus 1898. 123 years ago. Wow. That's just something. That's crazy. Are you practicing copper plate? I'm practicing something. I would call it modern copper plate. Somewhat like a mesh between modern brush and copper plate. Would you welcome for turkey, faux turkey. I call it modern copper plate. I have a frickin' something going on right here. What the hell? And the reason I call it modern, it's more like crappy calligraphy. It's what it is. Modern copper plate. Do you have any words that you would like me to write? Get your hairdryer out and dry the ink before you put it in the envelope. Yeah, I don't own one of those devices, so I have no idea. My copper plate is terrible. One, I'm using a fountain pen and not a quill or a dip pen, which I have. I don't feel like dealing with Noodler's X Feather at this moment. That I'm more modern slash perhaps bordering on cursive writing. Yeah, after Paul Antonio described how it's supposed to be written, it kind of clicked. So you have to make a horizontal oval, but instead of connecting, you gotta kind of start at the 3/4 mark up and kind of bring it through that 3/4 up and then wiggle it in. And I have seen people do all kind of crazy things to get into a C. They go swoopity boopty whoopty woo to get into a C. Or they'll do like these little bitty loopity loops to get into a C. Yes, I live in California. Hello, true character. How are you? Are you having a nice day? I I was working and he had his Zoom yesterday and I couldn't get home in time. I got home, I walked in the door, and I tried to sign on to the thing, and it looks like they had already finished. Or I wasn't let into the room, so I don't know. I see how he does this curly loopy with a wiggle in it. Ugh, I get nervous when they do the little wiggle. Instead of coming full stop. Oops. Ink. I do not like the H though. I need to find a better H. That's a cute way to make an A. Yes, California's definitely got better weather than Texas. It's 81 degrees in my room right now. My heart goes out to the Texans. So if you live in Texas, my heart goes out to you. And if you guys need emotional support or somebody to yell at just because you need to yell at somebody, my Facebook is somewhere and my Instagram is somewhere and my phone number is probably somewhere. So you guys can Google it. It's not difficult to find me. I'm pretty much an open book. Little letters, now that's hard. Good me. Spaghetti's giving it to me right now. I hate the letter K. That little wiggle in there, it's just, oh man. If you don't slow down and watch what you're doing, people always think it's an H. Or a L and an N. So you gotta slow down. Slow down. Social work. No, I'm a physician. I'm a gastroenterologist. Some say that it is a crappy job, but somebody's gotta do it. I am super busy. I just went back to the surgical clinic that for the first time 2 weeks ago after being closed for a year. I have been a physician for 14 years. Almost 15. July will be 15. D is the other one I do not like. The copper plate D does this thing where it comes way out, makes an itty bitty body, and then really loops it in. I don't like it. So I do a universal line of beauty, and then I do an entry D, and I connect it to the butt end of the the D. I was in school from 2006 to 2009. And then I went to secondary, which was 4 years, so 2009 to 2013. And then I went to residency from 2013 to 2018. Yep. Well, the surgical clinic was closed. Our surgical clinic was closed. We were an offshoot of a mother hospital. And so the mother hospital offered to do surgery there, but we were not called upon because they had theirs, When did I start collecting fountain pens? I started collecting fountain pens in December of 2018. Alexa, stop. Sorry, you guys. When did you start collecting fountain pens? That looks like a C, but an O, but I promise it's a C. Oh, yes. I don't have, it's probably in my bag, but I have a little fountain pen that I carry at work. We don't use pens much at work. We use iTablets, Apple tablets. What's it called? iPad. That's what it's called. I don't use an iPad at my house. I don't like Apple products. But that's what we use. Everyone loves Apple, but they're like super expensive, and I can do the same things on my Acer ROG gaming computer that I can on any Apple device, and probably quicker too. Oops. thank you very much. I saw an F that Paul did, and I love it. It comes in real small. No, it's like maybe it's. I don't remember. Don't remember. Okay, how does it go? I know that it comes. Maybe I'm going backwards. That's why it was. Ha ha! I was going backwards. Cool, you're writing usernames. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I don't study types of fonts. I just kind of go with the flow. I know that there are probably names of all of these things, but I'm not a studier of those things. I just like writing them. It's obviously not English roundhand. It's like hieroglyphics or something. But that's the fun of calligraphy. Calligraphy is just writing. You can make a wavy line into a letter and call it calligraphy. A lot of people, use Spencerian, and I've been kind of studying a little bit of Spencerian. I have to change pens because otherwise I will break my 100-year-old Waterman if I make. I don't know how to draw a fist, obviously. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video. Thanks for liking. My writing is obviously very atrocious when I'm not trying. For show, yo. One of my favorite M's lately has been to do these little numbers. I saw Susan Cunningham. She makes her M's like this. But I don't like that. I like it kind of to swoop over it so that it doesn't interrupt the flow. But I also kind of like the Marilyn Monroe M, where it's like highest, then like high, and then medium. Yes, it does. It takes a lot of concentration to write real well. It also takes a certain type of ink. I have learned that certain types of inks do not cooperate well with doing calligraphy. They don't. And that's fine and all, but I like the flex. I like to flex. I like to flex. Damn it. My pens are being cooperative. is that? Is that green? I don't even know what. Oh, it's black. Sometimes I mix my colors together on accidente, and I get weird colors that give me like a hint of one color one way and another color another way. Do you guys like to flex? Oh, crap. Come on. Be cooperative, Jane Davenport. Beating you with a stick. You don't have a flex, Deb. You poor, poor dear. I'm joking. Some people, it's not all about the flex. But for me, I do like the flex. It is of my favorite types of fountain pens. And once you start, you can't just have one of them. Unless you get the boinga boinga. And then that's the one. But those are like finding a fart in a whirlwind. I'm just saying. This is a Fountain Pen Revolution. Ultra Flex Nib. Inside of a Noodler's Conrad, and I love it. The feed keeps up good. I also have, as you probably saw, a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya with an Ultra Flex nib. This is probably one of the most beautiful pens. The chatoyancy on this is just, I mean, it's phenomenal. Look at it. Ah, it's just it's to die for. I saw it and I was like, I have to have one. And the cap, oh, it's just beautiful. If you ever get a chance to get one of these, it is totally worth it. I could just stare at this pen for hours. Oh. I do like to watch the sloshing around of the ink, though, which makes the Noodler's pens great for tinkering. But you have to be willing to get your fingers a little inky, because you gotta kind of pull out the nib and feed just a little bit, give it a little wiggle, or maybe you push it in just a little bit to get the ink flowing. Because if you shove it in there with the feed all the way up against the section, there's only like a little, well, I'll draw you a diagram. So this is the barrel, and if you shove it all the way in, there's only this little tiny bit. There's only this little tiny bit that can supply ink flow. But if you wiggle it out, it'll leave a little space all the way around for that space, and the ink flow will be much better. So that, I hope that explains a little bit. Oh yes, their customer service is awesome. I ordered a pen. I think they're in Texas, or maybe, let me find out. Let me see, just really quick. Where's Fountain Pen Revolution located? They are located in Texas. Plano, Texas. That's not plain old, that's Plano. Plano, Texas. And when I bought this, it took them 3 days from the point that they gave me the shipping information to get to my house. I think I ordered it on a Thursday and I got it on a Monday. So it only took 2 business days and a weekend. So I would guess if you ordered it on a Monday, they might be able to get it to you by a Friday. So it's just really great. And he's always coming out with new pens, which are great. I don't necessarily agree with some of the things that the newer things that are coming out, because I don't enjoy using the Yovo feeds or the nib housing units. I don't like them. They don't give you enough ink. If it was maybe a Waterman section, maybe, or a Fountain Pen Revolution nib feed, Ebonite nib feed, maybe. But with the new things that they're coming out with, oh, where's my pens? They're using traditional standard ugly, Yovo feed housing type things. And that's universal standard cartridge. Those holes are so little. They're so little. If they had like a pilot feed, maybe if they had like a bigger opening to facilitate more ink flow, but nobody is using pilot. See, this is a Conklin and this is a pilot. You can definitely see the difference between the sizes of their holes there. There we go. Let's see if we can get some action going here. So yeah, you can definitely see the different sizes in the nipples of what might facilitate ink flow. I think more people should make pilot cartridge, more of it. They would have more ink flow into the section instead of having little itty bitty teeny channel to go through, having to prime the feed all the time. That is what sucks. Having to take the pen apart, prime the feed, not spill any ink, bring it back. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Even with the pilot, I have to do that. But I never had a problem with my Noodlers. Conrad with Starving Ink. I have never had a problem with my Fountain Pen Revolution Ultra Flex Nib Starving Ink. Every other, or my Waterman. I've never had a problem with my Waterman 12 with the Boinga Boinga nib Starving Ink. At least for flex writing. If I'm not going to use any flex writing, sure, the generic standard cartridge is fine. If I'm not using any flex nib, maybe a fine, extra fine, medium, broad nib. They're great. Fantastic. But for flex, you need more. You need more. More juice. Give me the gas. Give me all of the juice. And like, it just really dumps out the ink on the paper. So, I mean, it's wonderful. The ink has a lot to do with it too. If you have an ink that's too wet, it'll feather into the page. I use CVS caliber notebook paper. This stuff is the bomb. It's just as good, if not better, than Tomoe River paper. I mean, I could literally dump a puddle of ink out on this paper, and it might show through to the backside, but it will not bleed through to another paper. It's just fantastic. So, give this paper a go if you have not. If you're looking for some cheap, it's like less than $4 a ream of paper. Oops, wrong ream. It's less than $4 a ream. This Fountain Pen Revolution Ultraflex nib was $27 plus shipping. It was well worth it. A++. And the Noodler's Conrad was like $20. Let me see how much it was on Amazon. Oops. Miller's Conrad was $23. But the FPR Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya was, let me see, it was $53. Yeah, $53. $53. That's a great price, because then you don't have to pay for pen and the and that's with shipping from Texas to California. So, I mean, it was a really good deal. And as you saw, it's beautiful. And they have a whole bunch of different pens that are also beautiful. They do 14 karat gold. I have an FPR gold nib somewhere. I don't know where my mint thing is, but oh, there you are. I have an FPR gold nib in here, number 6 gold nib. It's very nice when it wants to be nice. It's a flex nib. But the problem with this one is sometimes it's very flimsy, and sometimes it's a little too wide on the shoulders, and I have to get a pliers to pull it out, and I already done messed it up, as you can see right there. I had to pull on had to put the pliers on it to get it to come out, so be careful. And the number 5.5 nibs, they don't really fit in a number 5 sized fountain pen. So I had to go through all my pens to figure out that it only fits in my Jane Davenport Incredible pen. All of the rest of my Jinhaos and my Fuggelong and my other number 5 size nibs, it fell out. And it fell out into a can of ink. So that was not good. I had to take a tweezer and fish it out. It was a nightmare. So, oh yes, he's always selling. I have the problem with Frank's site, and I've told him this, it's not very intuitive. Like, you kind of have to look around for stuff. It's not very intuitive at all. And I've told him, I said, you need to make, if you want people to stay on your site, you need to make it more intuitive. Put, pens, paper, and ink at the top of the thing so people don't have to go searching around. Make it so that you can link other things while you're on the page, because people like to link other things that go with whatever you're looking for. So I really like intuitive sites like Fountain Pen Revolution. They have all of the things right at the top. Let's just take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? They have all the things right at the top. If we go to Federalist Pens, and Paper, they have the stuff at the top, right? They've got products, but then you go down page and there's no search all. There's no search all. Oh, wow. And when you do search all the collections, it brings up all of the things in brands. I don't want to see the brands. Show me what each of these brands is for. Some of these people, they don't know what a Leuchtturm is, or a Lamy, or a Kaweco. How the hell would I know? If I was beginning this site, I would not know what to look for. It's not very intuitive at all. And if you search, if you search for paper brands, it brings you to the notebooks. It shows you what the prices are. Great, fine, and dandy. Well, they must have changed it a little bit, because just a little bit. Still, when you're searching for pens, it's not very intuitive. Maybe make a list on the side with all of the brands, and then you can click on a brand, and then it'll take you to the pictures of whatever is there. I mean, I guess it's intuitive enough, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just picky. Am I being picky? I'm probably just being picky. But it's good to be very specific when you're looking for certain things. Oh, the chat doesn't work. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, if you put all of the things at the top, people might be more intuitive to take a look around. Put pens, paper, and ink on the top. And then maybe etc. And then once you hover over that, then you can get to the very specific things. I don't know. I like my websites to be a very specific way. If we look at FPR, you hover over the pens and it tells you what all the pens are. Inks, nibs, accessories. If we go to Goulet, has all of the things up at the top. Brands, fountain pens, ink, paper. Oops. Hadn't finished. The brand, then you go fountain pens, then ink, and then paper, and then accessories. I mean, even Amazon, you know, when you search for fountain pens, Amazon takes a very kind of specific look at things, but they give you the top things that, you know, they want to sell. And of course, you go by rating or by brand or how much it costs or extra fine, medium, broad, rectangle, and then a color. Their brands globally, international shipping, used or new, or customizable. You know, I mean, it's a little kind of intuitive. See here it says fountain pens, ink, ballpoint pens, books. Because they know that when you're looking for a fountain pen, you're obviously going to need something to write with. I mean, it's a little more intuitive than Frank's channel. I hope he sees this. Please send this to him. Tell him that I love him very much, but site's a little... It just needs an extra step. It's going in the right direction. It just needs an extra step. Alright, have a nice day. Thanks for coming. You have a great night. I, too, am going to sign off for now. I want to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like the video. Share it with your friends. Follow me on social media. And I will be back soon with another video. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell, make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back soon with another video. So take care until then. Oh, good love you, bye.